The baby was shrinking in front of their eyes. Every day, the scale showed less, even though he was being fed more. Doctors said it was normal. But the nurse saw the truth, and it terrified her. Because someone was slowly killing the most protected child in the CIT before this story takes your heart and refuses to give it back. Please tap the like button so more people can feel this moment with you. Subscribe if you believe powerful stories deserve powerful voices. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from, your city, your country, your world, because this story will shock you, move you, and stay with you long after it ends. The hospital room was filled with the soft beeping of machines and the quiet breathing of a newborn baby. Baby Luca, son of Marco De Luca, the most feared Mafia boss in the entire city. Men with dark suits and earpieces stood outside the door at all times. No one entered without being searched. No one spoke without being watched. And yet, despite all that power, the baby inside the crib was slowly disappearing. His cheeks had lost their softness. His tiny arms were thinner. His eyes looked tired even when he was awake, and no one seemed to notice, except one nurse. Her name was Clara. Clara came from nothing. Her father was a janitor. Her mother died when she was 12. She worked double shifts just to afford her tiny apartment. She didn't have power. She didn't have protection. All she had was a kind heart and sharp eyes. Every night Clara was assigned to baby Luca's room. She weighed him, fed him, cleaned him, and every night, the numbers were wrong. He's losing weight, she told one of the senior doctors. The doctor barely looked up from the chart. Babies fluctuate, he said coldly. Don't overreact. But sir, it's been 2 weeks. He's eating well, but... I said don't overreact. Clara swallowed her words. Inside her chest, something twisted. She looked at Luca sleeping in the crib, his tiny fingers wrapped around nothing. Why are you getting weaker, little one? What's happening to you? One evening, while adjusting Luca's four, Clara noticed something strange. The liquid flowing into his tiny body was not the usual milky nutrition solution. It was clearer, thinner. Her heart skipped. She checked the label. It was wrong. This was not baby formula. This was a diluted glucose solution. Barely any nutrition at all. Someone had changed it. Someone was starving him, slowly, carefully, so no one would notice. Clara's hands started to shake. Oh my God, she rushed to the nurse's station. They switched the for nutrition, she whispered. Someone replaced it. The head nurse rolled her eyes. Clara, do you know whose baby that is? Don't create drama. But he's being starved. Enough. The head nurse leaned closer, her voice low. Do you want to lose your job? Clara froze. Lose her job? Or let a baby die? She looked back at Luca's room. 2 armed guards stood there like statues. This baby was guarded by guns, but betrayed by hands inside the hospital. That night, Clara didn't go home. She stayed hidden behind the door, and she watched. At 2:13 a.m., a doctor entered Luca's room. Not one Clara recognized. He moved quickly, too quickly. He switched the 4 bag and left. Clara stepped inside moments later. Her heart was pounding. The new bag was the same clear liquid. That's when she knew. This was murder. Slow, silent, perfect. She grabbed her phone and took a photo, then another. She copied the labels. Then she did something incredibly dangerous. She replaced the bag with the correct one. If you die, little one, she whispered, it won't be because I was afraid. The next morning, chaos exploded. The 4 had been changed back to the wrong solution. But now, there was evidence. The hospital director was furious. Who did this? He shouted. The head nurse pointed at Clara. She's been suspicious. Always touching the baby's equipment. Clara's stomach dropped. Before she could speak, security grabbed her arms. You're accusing me? She cried. I was trying to save him. Take her out, the director said coldly. We don't need trouble. As Clara was dragged down the hallway, she saw the guards in front of Luca's room. One of them was on a phone. His face was pale, and then everything changed. The doors of the hospital flew open. Heavy boots echoed on the floor. Dozens of men in black suits entered, and behind them, Marco De Luca himself, the Mafia boss, the man who ruled the city's shadows. His eyes were burning. "Where is my son?" he asked quietly. Everyone froze. The hospital director trembled. This woman." Marco raised one finger. The room fell silent. He walked straight to Clara. She was shaking. "I was trying to save your baby," she whispered. "They're poisoning him." Slowly. Marco looked into her eyes, not with anger, with recognition. "I know," he said. Gasps filled the hallway. "I've been watching for days," Marco continued. "I pretended not to see, to find out who was brave enough to care." He turned to the director. "And you failed." Men grabbed the fake doctor. The head nurse screamed. The truth spilled out. A rival gang had paid hospital staff to kill Luca. No blood, no signs, just a slow death. Marco walked into Luca's room. The baby opened his eyes, for the first time in weeks. He smiled. Tears filled Marco's eyes. "You chose the wrong child to hurt," he whispered. Justice was not loud, it was precise. Every person involved was arrested, and every one of them lost everything. Clara stood in the corner, stunned. Marco approached her. "You saved my son," he said. "You saved my heart." He placed a card in her hand. "From today, you never struggle again." Months later, Luca was healthy, laughing, strong. And Clara? She still worked as a nurse. But now, she worked knowing the most powerful man in the city would always be watching over her. Because in a world full of fear, one brave heart changed everything. And sometimes, the smallest hands hold the biggest futures.